Episode 3, right? Yeah.
This is episode 3. Cool.
Let me know.
Welcome to Kenya, Matt.
Thank you, Charlie. Welcome to Kenya to the viewers. We arrived 4 days ago here in Iten, where we'll spend 2.5 weeks. Charlie behind the camera has had a great time adapting to the altitude in the first few days, as have I. And this is episode 3. Before I dive into the week that is the third week of training of the marathon specific block leading into the Osaka Marathon, and share some footage from workouts completed here in Kenya already, I want to thank the sponsors of this video series that are bringing it to YouTube for you guys to watch. The first sponsor of this sub 220 marathon project video series is Soar Running, based out of the UK, my go-to training and racing apparel brand that I've been using for over a year now. Very high quality gear. I use them in training every single day. I race in them at the Berlin Marathon and will race in them at the Osaka Marathon. Huge fan of the shorts that they have, with many areas to store gels, up to 8 gels in some shorts, the marathon shorts and the speed shorts. And do check out Soar Running's website that you can find at a link in this description of this video to see what you might enjoy at Soar. I'm obviously wearing one of their jackets right now, which I'm a fan of. This particular jacket is very thin but also very warm. So it's quite windy here at the moment, so it's just perfect to have on because it's very lightweight and it keeps me warm. So thank you very much, Soar. Top for Running, the second sponsor of this video series, is supplying me with all the shoes that I'm training in. Currently really enjoying the Adidas Prime X in training. I did my long run this morning in them. Stack height is a little bit high for me to race in because it's not under the World Athletics rules, but such a great training tool that I've been using because the recovery is enhanced, obviously, with a more cushion in the sole of the shoe. And I've also been running in some of their new trainers, which I'll share with you guys in future episodes when I do a shoe review. So thank you, Top for Running. You can score a discount on anything at Top for Running, which is already right up there with the cheapest on the internet, by using the code at the description of this YouTube video. You'll see their website there as well. And that's supporting Sweat Elite by purchasing your shoes, racing and training, through Top for Running. So thank you so much for Top for Running for supporting the video series. The third sponsor of this video series is Precision Fuel and Hydration. I have been loving their nutrition lately, especially their gels and also their carbohydrate mix that I'm mixing into my drinks, just into water. They have a 120 gram packet that goes into 1 litre of water, so I break it up into 2. 60 grams in 500 ml bottle like this one, and mix an electrolyte tablet of theirs in the bottle as well, and just perfect for training, especially long runs. Also their carb chews, 30 gram carb chews that I've been using before training as well. Huge fan of what they do over there, so thank you Precision Fuel and Hydration for supporting. And the fourth is Pillar Performance. Australian company expanding to Europe right now. This is a magnesium drink that I've been using that's really helped my sleep lately. I struggle sleeping consistently due to the travel involved, and it's been really helping. And of course there's the benefit of muscle recovery as well. So thank you Pillar Performance for supporting this series. Let's dive into the training week, shall we? Third week of training started. So I actually travelled from London to Kenya in the middle of this week, so it was a little bit disrupted and the volume was a little bit low. Not really concerned about the volume, but there was a couple of days there that I wasn't able to do what I originally planned, or what I would have done in an ideal world. But part of the job is to come to Kenya and take this camp that everyone is arriving on today and tomorrow. So first day of the week was the 26th of December, Boxing Day, a 10k run at 4:24 pace. Announcing the new coaching company that we're launching, which I'll tell you guys about in future episodes. And also, I should have already said that this series, you can hear a full breakdown over about half an hour in a podcast, a private podcast, available only for YouTube members and website subscribers. Every week I do a long-form review of the week, talk about why I'm doing workouts, the splits, how I felt about them, an analysis on everything, and you can access that if you are a YouTube member or website subscriber. And there's already been several hundred downloads of the first 2 episodes of the podcast. This is just a very short overview over a couple of minutes. So Monday, 10k. Tuesday, so I travelled on Monday night, and I travelled on Tuesday, in the morning, and didn't run at all on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I had a safari in Nairobi and only managed to run 5k in the evening. I wanted to go 10k, but I left the run too late and it became dark and I was a little bit worried for my safety for a couple of minutes, so I cut the run short because, yeah, Nairobi's not the safest place. Iten is incredibly safe. I've spent over 6 months of my life here and heard of no safety concerns, but Nairobi is a bit of a different story, bigger city. The next day, on the Thursday, 15k, easy, just with some friends. On the Friday, I did a controversial workout, and I'll explain why it was controversial. Second day at altitude, and people do advise, as do I, that you should probably take it easy in the first week of training at altitude. Now, I've been to altitude many times, and I've lived at altitude for a lot of the last few years. So I knew that I am able to do a workout slightly harder than maybe people that have never been to altitude in the first week. So I did some intervals, 8 by 2 minutes and 8 by 1 minute, but I only did them at threshold effort. So I was only running about 3:30 to 3:40 per K. In fact, some of them were way slower than that as well. You will see this workout on video that Charlie filmed on the second day. So I hope that you enjoy part of Cap Julie Road, just outside of Iten. So on the Saturday, in the afternoon that day, I did a very easy run with Reem and some youngsters, which you'll see on Strava here. 6.19k, very easy, at 5:45 per K. Just completely jogging. It's very hilly around here, so the paces do slow down. But being at 2,350 meters elevation, which is, I'm going to have a stab in the dark guess and say over 8,000 feet, or got close, paces are slowed right down. 20 to 30 seconds per K, or upwards of 30 to 40 seconds per mile or more, because of the hills and the altitude. If you go down to Moyben Road, which is where we went this morning for the long run, it's flatter and a little bit lower, so the paces are a little bit closer to sea level paces, but still quite far away. Okay, on the Saturday, I filmed a workout in the morning, and then after that I went for a run with Charlie. Just an easy 1 hour and 2 minute run, 12.3k at 5:03 pace. And then in the afternoon, we jogged to the gym and back, which was just a 4.16k run there and back, about 2k from here to Carrier View Gym. And then this morning, I did a quick warm-up, 3-minute jog, just to get the muscles moving, and then 30.8 kilometers at 4:01 per K. It was slightly downhill. We decided to run from here to Moyben Road and along Moyben Road. We lost about 200 meters of elevation gain. We gained about 120 meters, I think it was, or close, so it was a little bit hilly. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to run some downhill in the first week, just because it's a little bit easier on the lungs. And I actually was hoping to go 35k this morning, but the guys I ran it with wanted to go faster than I planned. I was wanting to go 35 to 40k, around 4:30 per K, or 7:15, 7:20 per mile. I met some guys here, which I knew previously, who were doing a long run at about 4 minutes per K. And I just thought, okay, I'm going to see how I go here. And I started to find it a bit hard at around 27, 28k. So I stopped at 30.8 just after 2 hours. Really good effort for me because it's my 4th day here and my adaptation is not there yet. So yeah, this was probably about an 85% effort and perfect run. And then I did a very short cool down again, just a 3-minute jog. So yeah, total volume for the week was 118 kilometers. What's that in miles, Charlie? Do we know? We'll put it on the screen here. Yeah. I'm going to have a rough stab in the dark guess and say 78, 76, something like that. Could be a little bit off. But yeah, so a little bit lower volume. Like I've repeatedly said, I'm not really tracking volume too much. I'm sharing it here just because I know people do like to track volume. But you can see all that on my Strava anyway. And yeah, a little bit lower, mainly because there was 2 days there, the Tuesday and Wednesday, that I only did 5k in those 2 days. Tuesday travel to Kenya, overnight travel through Dubai. Stopped in Dubai for a few hours. My favourite city in the world. I spent some time living there when I was young, going to school because my parents worked there. So I wanted to have a quick stop off, and yeah, so I got 5k on the Tuesday and Wednesday, and yeah, volume was lower. So yeah, this week, next week we have a real treat for you, because the Thursday I have currently planned, and we'll stick to this plan if all things go to plan, to run with the Kenyans in their Fartlek on Thursday, which is going to be very tough. It's going to be humbling. I'm going to get smashed. The women will pass me, maybe even some kids will pass me, but we're going to film it and we're going to show you what it's like, so that'll be fun. Hope you enjoy this episode and watching some footage from a couple of runs that we've done this week in Kenya. welcome to Kenya. We arrived yesterday in the morning, and I'm doing my first hard workout this morning. But it's not hard as such. We're probably going about 80% effort. I've been to altitude. Probably over. Well, obviously I lived in Boulder for a long time, but at least I've been to Kenya 6 times, Ethiopia 1 time, and windy. Sorry for the wind. I've learned that in the first 3 to 5 days, you shouldn't do anything above about 85% effort. So I'm going to do some 2-minute and 1-minute intervals this morning, but I'm going to do them at threshold with short rest. So I'll probably do 8 times 2 minutes and 8 times 1 minute with 30 seconds to 45 seconds rest, where I'm just getting up to threshold and then resting, up to threshold and then resting, and that's it. So on paper, 8 by 2 minutes, 8 by 1 minute might seem like a hard workout for the first second day here, but the effort is not that hard. I'll probably run. Pace is really irrelevant up here. It's so high. So we're at 2,350 meters. Actually, this road's a little bit lower, 2,100, which is maybe 7,500 feet, maybe a bit lower, just over 7,000 feet. We'll see what the pace is at the end. It's probably about 330 per K for the reps, which is obviously, a lot slower than I do this at sea level if I was doing them hard. But the point of today is just to get the heart rate up a little bit, a bunch of times. And that's it. Charlie's going to sit on the back of Alex's motorbike to do some filming. Have a wave to the camera. We just met these guys. And yeah, we're going to go down Kaptuli Road, and as a warm-up, we ran from Iten down to here, which is about 13k. So about an hour warm-up just to get a bit of volume in the legs. We lost about 150-200 meters in elevation running down the hill, which is a nice little added benefit to the start of the training camp, because we're still getting used to the altitude, obviously. So yeah, a couple of joules, and then I'll get going. 8 by 2 minutes, 8 by 1 minute. I won't be too strict with the recovery. 30 seconds to a minute, probably about 45 seconds. Relatively flat road, and yeah, in this first week of training, the pace is in these workouts are pretty much irrelevant. Like, it's just about effort. It's just about getting the volume done. And yeah, I'm trying out these shoes this morning for the first time. The Fuel Cell New Balance. Thanks Top 4 Running once again for supplying the shoes. Ran down with them, feel really good. They feel a little bit like the first version of the Vaporfly, the 4%. So, and in my opinion, it's quite a good training tool, because you don't get the full effect of the Alpha Fly or the next percent 2, but you've just got a little bit of spring. So yeah. Anyway, we'll get into it. And we'll show you some of the outback of Kenya while we're at it. Cool.
First hard rep.
Yeah, 319. A bit of downhill, but just keeping it controlled. Trying to hit threshold effort, and then jogging for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and straight back into it. But we've got a bit of a hill coming up, so the pace will slow right down. That was 337. I mean, the way I'm measuring the effort is, if I can't jog straight after the rep, I'm going too hard. It's pretty much that simple. So I need to be able to get straight into the jog and feel like it's pretty easy to do so. All right, number 3. Hey, Frank! Frank Schauer. See you soon. My good friend Frank Schauer, German. 2:13. We did a lot of running together in the last camp, so he kicks my ass though.
big time, so I just hang on for dear life. Yeah, 3 down. It's a pretty big climb, so I'm taking slightly longer recovery. Get the heart rate down a bit. Go again. Okay, number 4. To near threshold a bunch of times, that's the objective, so.
Bottle?
Yeah, thanks. I'm still heavy on the fueling.
Copious carbs, yeah?
Copious amounts, yeah. I woke up and had a bunch of oat biscuits, just oats, and then 2 gels. And I've had 1 gel and a big thing of carb drinks, so. Cheers. Okay, ready? Number 7. Uphill and wind, so pace is slow. 3:45. Nice.
2 minutes done?
Yeah, 8x2 done. 8x1 now. Recovery's always been like 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Not very strict. The official term for this is Fartlek, I think. Yeah, it's sort of like random bursts, but they're like 75% of it, 80% of it. Okay. I think we have mostly downhill now, so that's nice. Except the last 400 meters is uphill. Okay, 45 seconds now. I thought that was my fastest one, but then I remembered the first one was a bit faster. But the first one we were going significantly downhill. So that was 3:22, but yeah, not really paying that much attention to it. 5 to go. I forgot how hilly this road is. I ran here earlier in the year, but we drove up past the hills and started up there. But it's great for today because it just adds a bit more, you know, spice to the workout, and means I can slow down the pace as well. 404 pace. That was 408. Straight up the hill. Same effort.
Measuring effort though.
Yeah, just effort. One more. I might turn around actually.
Yeah.
Go down. Last one. Nice. Alright, split here.
Oh, done.
Yeah, that was I think it was a perfect workout to do on the second day here, because like Charlie was saying on the run down, that how hard you can go in the first week depends on a few things, and luckily, fortunately for me, I've been to altitude quite a lot in the last few years, so it's easier to adapt. Don't ask me the science behind that, but it just is. I've been a bunch of times, and normally I can do a relatively hard workout in the first few days. But that was a really interesting experiment in a way then, because I did about 35 minutes of fartlek. In the middle of that, 8 by 2 minutes, 8 by 1 minute, with recovery around 40 to 50 seconds. And my pace varied between 3:16 per k, 5:15 per mile, and the second last one up this hill was 4:09, I think, which is like almost 7-minute miles. And my effort was the same in all of them. And we had altitude as a variable, hills, and wind. Because on the way back, we hit quite a heavy headwind. So, you know, I was purely just trying to run to threshold effort, and I think I did that pretty well. Did 24 minutes worth of threshold running and finished feeling like, you know, you could do some more. So, yeah, really good hit out. Total 22.7k, including the 13.5k run down. So yeah, we got a long run on Sunday. Sorry for the coughing, my asthma's a bit rough up here sometimes. But yeah, I think we're gonna do 35 to 40k on Sunday, depending how we're feeling. Moderate effort, nothing over 90% in the first 7 days. We'll probably do 2 workouts at 90% or more in the second week. So yeah, we're gonna go back up and get some breakfast, and we'll show you some of the footage from the long run later in the episode. Cool. You need water. Morning. Morning. Welcome back to Kenya. We're on a long run. I think we're doing Paul's 22 miler, 35 point something k. And yeah, we're almost 5 miles in and heading down to Moy Bend Road. So the first 10 miles or so are pretty downhill. We're just running from home, and then we're going to do a bunch of miles on Moy Bend Road, which is flat-ish, but a few little hills. And yeah, got 2 fast guys running with me. These guys, Paul and Frank. Frank's back in business after his 2:13 at Berlin, and Paul's going to run 2:17 in Seville. No pressure. And yeah, we're going to answer some questions that people have sent through. So hit me, Charlie. Hit us with the questions.
Cool. So firstly, obviously being up here, 2,400-ish meters.
Yeah, almost 8,000 feet, I think.
Yeah, you've moved back though from Boulder to the UK, coming down in elevation. Did you notice any change in your paces going from Boulder to sea level, and then also from the UK to Kenya as well?
From Boulder to London, only small. Boulder's at 5,300 feet, 1,600 meters. So maybe like 3 to 5 seconds per kilometer, 7 to 9 per mile, roughly. And then going from London to here is a significant difference. You know, it depends on the terrain that you're running on, but everything's about, in the first week anyway, 15 to 30 seconds slower per kilometre, 30 seconds on the hills up there, maybe 15 on Moyben. So Moyben's a flat road, a little bit lower. So yeah, but we were just talking about this off camera before, that the longer you stay, obviously the closer those paces will come back down to sea level, but you'll never get that close because yeah, we're really high here, and the terrain's also pretty tough. Even Moyben, that's the flattest road around here, is not dead flat. It's still got some rises. Nothing crazy, but yeah. Right now, if I run 4 minutes per K on Moyben Road, it's probably like running 3:45 on the sea level or something like that. Equated effort. Not obviously pace is pace, but that's what it will feel like. So yeah, that's the rough adjustment, but everyone's different. That's just what it is for me. So.
And speaking of fueling,
yeah,
the fans want to know how many gels you're having today, Matt.
Oh, too many.
Yeah.
I'm having a bit of a mix of the carb drink and the gels by Precision, and I'll probably have about 80 to 100 grams of carbs an hour. So I've got the drink in the car back there. I've got one of these big guys, the 90 gram ones, which I'll just sip on, 3 gels in one, and yeah, so probably 100 grams an hour, which is probably the limit that my stomach could take without needing to go to the toilet all the time, I think, at the moment. So yeah, probably 3 gels, because that's 3, because it's 90 grams, and a gel is 30 grams typically, and 2 full bottles of Precision. That's 120 grams. So yeah, 210 grams.
Nice.
In 2 hours and 20 minutes. So yeah, about 90 grams an hour. Yeah, see how we go. No, I'm more referring to Julian Wonders doing like 30k one on, one off for like 3 10Ks. So yeah, pretty tough. 20k, 15 to go. I don't get it yet.